So this past week at the Bridge Church, we started a new fall series called Modern Mottos, and we were talking about the first one that we did was you should be on the right side of history. Don't be on the wrong side of history. So if you want to check out the full sermon, it's at bridgenorthvan.ca, but just want to give a little bit of a recap and a bit of a discussion starter for our community groups. I talked about this idea that has become a popular diss that people kind of lob at those that they disagree with in our culture, that history is going somewhere and we know where that is, and everybody who's not on board with that is kind of a dinosaur. And it just strikes me as a bit problematic, because how do we know? How do we know where history is going? How do we know that we're in the right and others are in the wrong? It becomes this kind of popularity contest that I think is actually a little bit without a foundation or a base. We talked about Revelation 5, this book, this vision that John receives in his late years when Christians are being persecuted, when it looks like Christians are on the wrong side of history. And John gets this vision of a scroll. It's got God's plan for history on it, and it's sealed up, it's bound up. Nobody's able to put this thing into motion. Nobody's able to open this thing up. And then John hears that the lion has conquered, that the lion has overcome, and he turns and he sees a lamb, and the lamb has been slain, and the lamb, because he has been slain, because he has the power and the wisdom that no other human has, is able to put God's plan into motion. And it's all about salvation, because Jesus was slain for you and for me, and so that we could be received into the family of God. And in the end, we find out that where history is going has nothing to do with some popular social cause or about liberal democracy or whatever, but that it's all about Jesus. It's all about the Lamb who was slain, that he's putting history into motion. And so this week, as you kind of wrestle with Revelation 5 in your community group, here's one big question for you. Where is history going? And how can we know?